On behalf of my officers who faced a harrowing experience that day, I'd like to say I'm very pleased that Matthew Stretch has been convicted, sentenced and will be going to prison. But more importantly than that, I want to say just how proud I am of my officers. I know it's a very common thing now to say that the police run towards danger when others run away, but on that particular occasion, my officers drove and ran and walked towards danger. And it's only really because of luck and good fortune that we didn't have an officer that was very badly injured or even worse on that particular day, because every single one of my officers who attended faced extreme danger and extreme violence from Matthew Stretch. Every single one of them stood firm and reacted to try and protect the public from his actions, and they faced the most worrying and the most difficult circumstances any police officer can face.
As we went into the woods where we thought the male was and turned out to be, he broke from cover and he started to run off. Unbeknown to us, there was a canal in between him and us. We couldn't see that at the time, so we gave him all the usual warnings. The police officer with the dog that he needs to stand still whilst he's going to be bitten. He decided to carry on running, and Axel was deployed, as he's been deployed numerous times before. Unfortunately, the water my side of the canal was a bit deeper than his, so whereas they were only knee deep, when I stepped in I went completely under. When I came back up, the dog had let go. At the time I assumed that the chaff had took the dog underwater to make him let go, but it turns out that that was when he was stabbed. I crossed the canal and carried on, clipped him back up again, and we started tracking the chap back up the bank on the opposite side of the canal. He went out and got detained by firearms officers and dog officers up on Newlands Road. And it was only when the firearms officers came back round to me in the woods and we had some torchlight did I look at the dog, purely based on the fact that other people had said he'd been stabbed. I didn't see it, and I saw no reason to believe it at the time. But then when we looked at him in torchlight, we saw firstly just the one stab wound to his neck. The biggest concern was that the position of the stab wounds. Firstly, you're not sure how deep they are. They could only be a few centimetres deep. They could be 6 inches deep. But secondly, they were right close to his spine, and there's a concern with, especially with a dog, but a German Shepherd, with the blood vessels running down the spine to the back legs. It can be debilitating quite quickly if they've nicked any of those blood vessels. Scarsdale did an amazing job, both on the night when they've received him and stabilised him and gave his man his anaesthetic and relaxed him down, shaved him off, and also to the chaps and the girls who operated the next day. They did a superb job.
So he's got this collar to prevent him to do too much naughty things. Yeah. Okay.
He's a strange dog. He takes things quite easily. It was very much water off a duck's back. He'd got no concept of what happened. A dog doesn't know what a knife is. All he knows is he got hurt, and he carried on as normal. It was a case of trying to hold back the tide for the next 3 weeks, trying to keep him from overexerting himself, to give the injuries time to heal so that he could come back to full duty. He's back now. He's been as mad as ever, full of energy, full of excitement, and desperate to work. Doesn't want to retire yet, so he's proving to everyone he's still got it.
Don't tell me what to do! Now then, pull that stick down, throw it away!
I think we all accept joining the job that you are going to go to incidents that involve violence. A lot of the incidents we attend are very emotive, especially with domestic type jobs. Although you accept that there's that risk, it always does come as a surprise when it happens. It always catches you unawares, and it's only after the fact that you start sitting back and thinking what you might need to do a bit next time, just to be a bit more careful and not to put yourselves in those positions. But sod's law is you're going to do hundreds and hundreds of incidents between now and then that are perfectly okay, and you'll just carry on as normal, and then that one incident will come again that'll wake you back up to what we really do and the risks that we put ourselves into.
I regularly see officers from Derbyshire Constabulary who have put themselves in the most dangerous of situations and who have stood firm and done the right thing in those circumstances. Frankly, it makes me extremely proud to be the Chief of Derbyshire when I see such heroic activity from our people, and I would personally like to take the opportunity to thank all of them for what they've done on this occasion and on other similar such occasions.